that have stood the test of time. The Casbah, more than just a place, it's an experience. It's a life that seems to have faded away into memory. This will evolve into a regular Friday evening series on the show, and you can share your memories and experience and family stories with us by calling in or sending us a WhatsApp, which we will read out on the show.
Tune in to Let's Chat on Radio Ansaar and enjoy the stroll down memory lane together. Let's Chat this and every Friday at 9 p.m.
In the sands of ancient Arabia, a light began to shine. A man of truth and mercy, with a heart so divine. From the Mount of Hira, a message came to him. A prophet for the ages, to guide us from within. Oh Muhammad, a messenger of peace. From your words and from your wisdom, our souls can find release. Oh Muhammad, in every prayer you prayed, you showed the love of mercy, the light that never fades.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, dear Ansaar listeners. Alhamdulillah, it is Friday and you tune into Echoes of the Casbah, where memories walk beside us and every street in the Casbah tells a story. You with me, Buddy Goveder, and our brother Faizal, MJ Suleman, is in the studio with us. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum, Faizal. How are you doing this evening?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Buddy, alhamdulillah. Absolutely beautiful night.
Absolutely,
and
isn't it?
Wonderful being, on air with you.
Yeah, I like you dressed in your school uniform, Faizal. I can see you got your tie and your blazer,
yes, of
grey
course.
Pants, a little bit short, but
yes.
We're going back to school today, Faizal.
Definitely. Looking forward to it.
Indeed.
But this time I'm looking forward to it without being scared and tense and worried. I didn't do my homework and the principal's going to be waiting with his cane.
Of course.
But let's start the show. Auzu
Yes,
billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wal aqibatu lil muttaqin wassalatu wassalam ala rasulihil kareem sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. All praise due to Allah, the Lord, cherisher, nourisher, sustainer and master of the universe, the most gracious, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Ya Allah, it is only you that we worship and it is your guidance that we seek. Keep us in a straight path. Shower us with your choice of blessings, shower us with your mercy, Ya Allah, guide us. Greetings, salam, salutations in our beloved Nabi Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Well, I think we're going to be, back in the Casbah. We're going back to school, buddy. And
Indeed.
I'm glad you spoke about our uniform.
Yeah. I'd like to see that you're wearing your uniform. I'm sure the messages will come in. But if you want to look at us, we are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. You can get us on there on the Al Ansar app. Also, tonight, it's about going back to school. But we're going to go dive a little bit deeper. We're talking a few things about school. And we'd like you to call in because, as we always say, Faizal, this is an interactive show. Yep. It's our show, not just Faizal and myself. But we'd like you to call in on 0861 904 904. That's the phone line, 0861 904 904. And of course, the WhatsApp line, 060 904 1056. Are you ready to walk down Leopold Street, Centenary Road, Pine Street, Carlisle Street, Winterton Walk, where generations of learners, Faizal, once made their way to schools that shape not just minds, but our future, Faizal, isn't it? All those streets, you walk down those streets as well.
Definitely.
Well, we're going to go from the spirited corridors of Anjuman Primary School to the disciplined march of boys in navy blazers heading towards Sastry College. Ambitions tucked neatly into our satchels. When last did you hear the word satchel? And just around the bend, of course, Casbah schools welcome little feats and, of course, big dreams. Girls High in Centenary Road, Juma Masjid in Cathedral Road, saw our girls in pleated skirts, navy cardigans or blazers, weaving through the morning.
With the little plats.
Exactly, with their plats going off to their classrooms. Faizal, this wasn't just school.
No.
It was soul building, wasn't it?
It definitely was soul building, and every one of it was an institution.
Absolutely. The Casbah schools, as you say, was more than an institution as well. They were incubators of our identity, resilience, community pride. Weren't we proud to wear that blazer with that badge to say which school you came from?
Yes, and definitely. And of course, your tie, which
oh, yes. Yeah. Teachers were our mentors. Elders were our guardians. And every child carried the weight of family aspirations. Our families wanted us to be better than them.
Definitely.
Not that there was anything wrong with them,
Mhm.
but they wanted a better life for us. So whether you wore a hijab, a tie, or a hand-me-down sweater stitched with love by your auntie, you walked to school. That was a rite of passage. Today, we honor that journey. Stay with us. We're going to celebrate the legacy of learning. And of course, in the Casbah, anything goes. So please do call us 060, WhatsApp 060-904-1056, or call us on 0861 904 904.
In every prayer you prayed, you showed the path of mercy, the light that never fades. In the face of adversity, you stood so strong and true. With kindness and with wisdom, you showed what faith can do. From Mecca to Medina, your journey paved the way. A legacy of love and hope we honor every day. A messenger of peace, from your words and from your wisdom, our souls can find release. Oh Muhammad, in every prayer you prayed, you showed the path.
15 after 9 o'clock, you with me, Buddy Goveder and Faizal MJ Suleman. We're talking echoes of the Casbah. Faizal, let's get down right to the beginning. First of all, the uniform.
Oh, yes.
How did you feel wearing your uniform?
Proud.
Let's
Felt great.
go. Which primary school did you go
I
to?
went to Crescent.
And which high school did you go to?
I went to Sastry initially, and then I went to Clever High. But I was in Sastry till 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
So you were in Crescent, a historical school, eh?
Yeah.
Absolutely historic.
Absolutely.
It's
historic.
so sad when we drive past that part of the world and see that building still standing there
But-
in all its pride, but just total neglect around
Totally. And
know-
you know, I was just telling you, buddy,
it. Mm.
the minute you walked in through that gate,
Yes.
I mean, ours was like a wooden door.
Yes.
In Pine Street.
Yes.
The minute you walked in,
Wooden floor?
no. Yeah, the floors were wooden,
Yeah,
of course.
exactly.
The wooden floors were
Mm.
wooden. But when you walked into the school, immediately that sense of discipline setting,
Mm.
that feeling setting,
Yes.
you know, I can say use the word that fear.
Yes.
If I can put
Yeah.
that in
In inverted commas. Yep,
commas,
I know
exactly.
what you're saying.
Yeah, but it was absolutely
Yeah.
at that time, you know, you're dreading going to school because
Absolutely.
you know, as usual, we probably didn't do our homework, or we didn't have the grey socks that you were supposed to be wearing to school.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to polish our shoes. Oh, we forgot to take the hair from out of the behind.
Behind
You know,
it,
you
yeah.
normally stash it at
Behind
the back.
it, yeah.
And now you don't have your short back inside, so you're gonna get caught for something.
And just
But-
the day that you didn't wear the grey stock, so that's the day they'll do a uniform check.
Uniform checks, yes, of course. But one thing, buddy, that uniform
Mm.
gave you a sense of pride.
Yes.
And you ensured when you had that uniform on, even outside of school,
Yes.
you behaved yourself.
Of course.
You
You know, you're
respected that
talking about the
uniform.
uniform, you know, we look at it as a piece of fabric. It wasn't, it was like armor. When you put that uniform on, you
Yes.
knew with pride you represented something.
Yes.
And, you know, you had the badge on your one side.
Mhm.
It symbolized discipline, aspiration, and of course, a sense of belonging because you stood for your school
Yes.
no matter what.
Yes.
Sometimes you hated school,
Oh, yes.
but you still would defend your school with all your life.
Absolutely.
And you know, yeah. What about your uniform, Faizal? How was your uniform? Did you
Pretty standard.
and where did you get your uniform? Do you remember when your mom and dad bought it from? New shop?
That time it was, new shop that was
That's
famous
right.
for it. But
Mm.
it was, you know, your standard grey pants.
Yes.
Of course, if you were in class 1 or class 2, you could wear the short grey
Yes,
pants.
yes,
The short
yes,
grey pants,
yes.
the long pants. And then you had your white shirt, your navy
Mm.
blue tie,
Yeah.
and your blazer.
The one thing
Or
you
if
missed.
you were not wearing a blazer, you wear a navy blue jersey.
Cardigan.
Cardigan. Yes.
You either pulled it over,
Yes.
your or it was that button-up one.
Yes.
They were just practical, wasn't it?
It
Because
was.
it wasn't too hot and it
Mhm.
wasn't too cold.
And in some schools, they allowed you with safari suits as well.
St. Anthony's.
Was it in
I went to St. Anthony's in primary school,
okay.
and up to a certain grade, I think it was class 1, class 2. We talk about class. You could wear that beige safari suit.
Yeah, no, ours was in high school as
Yeah,
well. I think,
okay.
If I'm
Wow.
not mistaken.
That's
If I'm not
in-
mistaken, I recall
Absolutely.
Yep.
Tell me about your school shoes, Faizal. Wasn't that our
that.
pride?
Toughies.
And you polished yours?
Must be polished. You have to be polished.
Yeah.
If you're not polished, you're going to catch it in school.
Well,
They're going to send you home to go and polish it and come back.
yeah, Faizal, you're right. But I think also it started from home. Our dad's shoes were polished. Do you remember
Yes.
your grandfather, or your
yes,
father? He
yes.
would sit on the edge of the bed with a
Yes.
brush,
Yeah.
and he would polish and polish.
Yes,
And
have
I
this
mean,
little cloth
that's
and-
where that's where we
Mhm.
got it from. I
Yeah.
still have all my dad's brushes.
Is it?
I'm using it still.
Okay.
Inshallah,
okay.
my son is going to be using that. If they
Inshallah.
I don't see him polishing his shoes anymore.
Well, I can tell you, I'm guilty of that as well.
Your satchel,
Well, it was that
three
briefcase,
compartments. Did you have a 3-compartment, or were you wealthy enough to have the 6
No,
compartments?
no. You start with the 2 and 3. You start with 2 and 3. And if it's not a hand-me-down from your elder brother,
Yes.
but it is a 2 or 3 compartments.
Do you know how much they were, Faizal?
I have no
I've got
idea.
adverts and it shows
it?
you. You're not going to believe when I tell you this.
Tell me.
R1.99.
Are you serious?
How much is it today? That's priceless.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
In
You-
fact, I saw one the other day. It was
Mm.
more for a laptop. Like
Yes,
but
yes.
in that, it
yes,
was
yes. I
designed
have
like
one
that.
again. It
And
wasn't
like a
R1.99.
good couple of $100. It was $640 or something.
Of course.
And
We
it
got
was
some
like-
messages coming through.
Yes.
Let's have a
Go
look
for
at
it.
this one. So we got a message coming in. I'm not sure I'll get the name done now. It says, Salam to the Casbah team. Walaikum salam. Awesome show. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. I listen every Friday night to you guys. May Allah bless you for your time and company, reminiscing the good old days, which remains in our fondest memories. Alhamdulillah. Although apartheid was not a good thing, but most certainly I say this with conviction that back then we were safe and to a certain degree almost crime-free. We could walk the streets late at night with our families doing window shopping or just jaywalking without any fear of being mugged or hijacked. No filthy streets, and of course it was a pleasure back then. Unfortunately today, you can see for yourself, and need I say more. One of my most fondest memories of the Casbah then was Tasty Eats Takeaway in Shiraz, famous for their baked beans, bani chow, and Sherazad Takeaway and restaurants in Shiraz Arcade, famous for their awesome mutton bani chows.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, those were the days. And that comes from our brother, A.H. Osman. Jazakallah khair. You sort of wrapped it up there and made it clear.
Very well.
Those
very well
were the
done.
days, weren't
Mhm,
they?
mhm. A message comes says, it comes from Arshad Khan from Kalal Street. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah, program as always on this MashaAllah night. I had a straight walk past the bus rank, Mansfield Road, fire station, Al Sultan, and into Orient, back entrance if I'm late. Have a top week and all. Salams and duas, Arshad Khan, Kalal Street. When I lived, I said, it goes on. Okay, no, this is when I lived in Warwick
Warwick
Avenue.
Avenue. That's right.
Okay.
I knew that. Coming
Yes.
down Mansfield,
Yes.
you were obviously coming from Warwick Avenue. Another message, I think, from Sister Khatija Amra says, Salams, all well. At Girls Eye in Matric, we wore a special belt with our uniform. They did.
Okay.
Yes, I remember that belt.
Yes, and to indicate that you're
That
a
you were in
matriculant.
Matric. Exactly. I remember.
okay.
I think it could have been, I could be wrong, like a blue and white stripe.
Mhm.
I think. I'm not
Okay.
sure. But
I think Sister Khadija Amra is going
Will
to
tell
WhatsApp
us.
us again.
Yes,
Tell us the
of
color
course.
of the belt.
yeah.
Of course.
And tell us more about your school. We'd love to hear from your school.
Of course, message comes from Sister Aisha. She says, Aisha, Palestine.
Mhm.
Okay. Slams, good show as always. Walaikum salam. Good show as always,
Salam.
brothers. Love the show.
Mm.
Gandhi Desai was a lovely school. Really enjoyed every bit of the school. And all the Orient school guys used to jump over to meet the girls. So much fun. All the schools were clean and well kept. And the tuck we used to go to Orient, and the tuck we used
Mm.
to go to Orient school for chips and cold drink.
Mm.
Okay.
You know, Orient School was famous for another thing there that a lot of people used to go there. It was their mint sandwiches with tomato sauce. Did you ever
Okay.
have one of those?
I don't
They were
recall.
famous for that. It was
Okay.
the first time I really ate like a mince curry
Mhm.
with tomato sauce. And
Okay.
somehow just
You enjoyed it.
blended. It was good. Yeah, that's great stuff, man. Good
Good.
stuff. Please WhatsApp us your memories of school 060-904-1056. Tell us which school you went in. Tell us how important it was in your life to, later on knowing that you went to that particular school.
Mhm.
So, Faizal, I went to St. Anthony School
Okay.
from class 1 to, I
Standard
think it was
6?
standard 4. No,
Okay.
so standard 4.
Okay.
Now, I must tell you, that time the school was run by nuns.
Okay.
Envermal was in my school as well, so
Okay,
we all come from
okay.
the same school.
All right.
And somehow there was a discipline there like no other.
Yes.
You know, you knew your place. The first Friday every month, the whole school will line up on the tarmac
Yes.
to go to church.
Okay.
Muslim, Hindu, whatever,
Everybody. What-
you went to church.
Okay.
And you stood there and everybody said all the prayers
Okay.
and what have you, and it was good. There was a general sense of we're praying to the one God,
The one God.
and I think that was good. So after standard 4,
Mhm.
a dilemma.
Mhm.
Sastry College started at standard 6.
Okay.
Standard 5,
Mhm.
all of a sudden we were told we had to go to
Anjuman.
Methodist
Oh,
school.
Methodist.
Exactly.
Okay, that was, I think, in
Now that
Karachi.
was opposite Scala, where the taxi ran,
yes,
opposite the
yes,
fire
yes.
station.
Right.
So I must tell you about that, because when I got to Methodist school,
Mhm.
coming from St. Anthony School, where everything was prim and proper,
Yeah.
and we were like boys wrapped up in cotton wool in
Yes,
St.
I
Anthony
know.
School,
Yeah.
we got to this school, and basically it was ruffians.
Yes.
Well, to us it was ruffians.
Yes.
Everything also didn't look spick and span. The classroom was it was an old school.
Yes.
The classrooms were in bad condition.
Mhm.
The floors had holes in it.
Yep.
You were lucky if you had a decent chair. But Faizal,
Yes.
that 1 year was
Yes.
so important for us to bridge that gap,
Yes.
coming from that cotton wool soft boy to walk into Sastry College.
Mhm.
It made us a man. It made us a young
Yes.
man in that 1 year, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
It really made us step up.
Step up and
And-
brought you streetwise as well.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
if anything, that 1 year at Methodist school, regardless of all the conditions,
Mhm.
was one of my most memorable years of my schooling
Is
life.
it? Okay.
Standard 6, I went to Sastry College all the way up to matric.
I thought Sastry started at standard 7.
6
6.
for boy. Yeah, well, it was only a
Oh, it
boys'
was only a
school
boys' school,
at that
yes,
time.
of
Yeah,
course.
standard 6.
I know you hated going to a boys' school as well. But
There you go.
yeah,
Aisha says, sorry, I'm in tuck shop. Indeed,
yes,
Aisha.
of course.
We got that one.
And there's another message that says, it should be Venka, Orient, a legend, and
Oh,
Oli Isaac, of course. Oli
That's
Isaac,
right.
Yes. of course.
Mr. Isaac, we're talking about Mr. Venka from Orient and being a legend. We have legends that we can go across to school. One of the legends I'm going to bring up right now is Mr. Patel, the
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
finest
Oh,
maths
maths
teacher
teacher.
on the planet.
Yes, undoubtedly.
Absolutely,
Undoubtedly.
and many others. I had a Afrikaans teacher. Do you ever remember Mr. Chetty at Sastry College?
Yes.
I spoke to him
yes,
today.
Yes. Oh, is it?
Yes, I told him we're going to be talking about him
Okay,
today.
and I hope he's listening. in.
Yeah, well, I'm going to send him the podcast
You
link,
must.
and
Yes, yes.
he said I must give everybody his regards, and he's still well.
Is it?
He's still well. Mr. M.M. Mudley,
Yes.
the maths guy.
Yes.
Now, well, thank you
Yes,
very
yes,
much.
yes.
Because his name was M.M. Mudley, and because he was the maths teacher,
In fact-
automatically he became
MQ.
M Cube.
In fact, when he walked into our class, for the first time, he was my form teacher in standard 8.
Oh yeah,
And he introduced himself as, my name's Mr. M.
M.M.
Mudley, but I'm your maths teacher, so that means it's MQ. And we were like shocked because, you don't enjoy calling a teacher by his nickname,
Nickname.
if he's aware of
Yep.
it. I mean,
No,
if
you're
he
right.
acknowledges it.
Because we know
Yeah.
the nicknames, they don't know about
Yeah.
it.
But here he comes, and then you just put like cold water over everything.
Well, I was with him a few months ago.
Is it?
Yeah, and he's still good. Now, I don't know if you remember him. Wasn't he tall?
He was very tall, yes.
Well,
Yes.
not really anymore, because I think we grew up.
We grew up.
But he's in good health and
But
gentleman.
what I loved his manners.
Yes,
His
gentleman.
demeanor, absolute gentleman.
Absolutely.
Okay, a message comes from Muhammad Ali.
Mm.
Salam and duas, great show. Remember those days carrying briefcases for school,
Oh yes.
carrying of hankies, teachers checking nails, of course, using
yes.
mum's old stocking for shining the shoes. Haircuts like dish cut, called discount from Muhammad Shafi Ismail, 60 years from Newlands
Newlands
West.
West.
Okay.
Talking about that, checking the nails. Remember they used to check for nits and lice with
Yeah.
the 2 pens or 2 rulers,
Yeah.
and you would wish that they didn't find anything
Yes,
because you
yes.
didn't know, where we were. So
Yes.
that's a good one. But Faisal, Anjuman, for instance, they didn't teach just subjects.
No.
They preserved a language, a faith, and a heritage.
Mhm.
Crescent Street as well,
Christian school, yes.
to some extent.
Yes.
Those are the historic schools in the
absolutely,
inner
yes,
city.
Yes. And the Islamic teachings were excellent.
Yes.
Excellent, really excellent.
And then on the other side, equal to this was Hindu Tamil,
Yes.
because that's also like an inner city school. They weren't really in the Centenary Road area, they're
No, no,
more in the
no.
Upper Kala Street.
Yes.
And they kept alive the culture of, the Hindu faith.
Yeah, even they had Surat Hindu in Prince Edward Street.
Absolutely. Yes, you're right.
Yes, yes.
Same
Very
again,
popular
Surat
school.
Hindu in Prince
Yeah.
Edward Street.
Just one thing, I want to go a bit back. You said you were at St. Anthony's.
Yes.
Did you have those brown pants as uniforms and things like that. What was
No.
that?
Yeah, the uniform at St. Anthony's was either the beige safari suit
Yes.
or a dark brown pants and a
Yes.
white shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
I recall that.
And it says SAS, the badge. We knew it as, well, it was supposed to be St. Anthony's School, but it was like St. Anthony's sausages, South African sausages or whatever. Everybody had a nickname, didn't they?
Of course. Junaid, brother Junaid says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam, brother Junaid. Why don't you have a reunion?
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're thinking of that.
It's going to be fun.
Yep. We're thinking of having the reunion outside the Grey Street Mosque one of the days.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Yes.
inshallah, we'll talk about that.
Yes.
Faizal, assembly.
Yes.
Now, some schools had basically get their teacher will give, the principal will say a few things, they read a prayer, and he would head off to school. I mean, to a classroom.
Yes.
Some schools, like St. Anthony's, they would have a record, and they would play, and it was like a military thing, and we would march back to our classrooms.
Okay. No, I know at Crescent,
Mm.
you stand, you make your stand in your lines.
Yes.
The principal addresses you. Then you have 3 different prayers.
Yes.
I mean, all Arabic prayers.
Yes.
And
Wow.
one of the pupils goes in front and reads. And then, it's the du'as are made, and then you walk into your
Oh,
class.
isn't that just special? huh?
One row at a time. Yeah.
Did you pay attention, Faisal, when that was, or you were just there?
No,
You know,
we
it's only
had-
later on you realize
Yeah.
how precious that was.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. You know the story about Crescent and Anjuman.
Tell me about it.
Well, apparently, the pupils would go to assembly at Anjuman school
Maybe in the very
in the early
yeah,
days. No, it was
early-
before our time.
Yes.
Mr. Ansur,
Yeah.
I know he's listening.
Yes.
Salams, Mr. Ansur, if you are listening. But
Yes.
Mr. Ansur will confirm that because he knows.
Okay.
And then they would march after assembly in
Down Grey
a
Street.
single file
Yes.
down Grey Street all the way to Crescent
Crescent, yes.
every day.
Because I remember when we went to Standard 6,
Yes.
and they told us that now we're now closing the school, you got to go to Anjuman. It
Oh,
came
yeah.
as a shock to
Yep.
us. And we all marched in a single file
Yeah.
from Crescent to Anjuman. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. So that used to happen on a daily basis,
Okay.
going up and down.
Mhm.
The tuck shops, wasn't that like a special place
It was,
if you could afford?
if you could afford it. Yes,
I don't remember visiting the tuck shop often.
Yeah,
No.
but no, the tech shop, they were a special place, and then they tried to keep some special items there as well, but
Yes.
they never succeeded.
Yeah.
Special items in sense ensuring that they're not keeping junk food and things
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
But somehow they never succeeded
Yeah.
because inevitably those
Junk food
chocolates are not-
ruled.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
There's another message that's coming through.
Let's have a look. It says, Salams again, brothers of the Casbah show. Today, my sister and my one brother visited my aunt in Sherwood, alhamdulillah. I must say, we went without an appointment, unlike how things generally have become today, unfortunately. We got about chatting, and my aunt, Julie Poppy, spoke about you, buddy, and Faizal, formerly from Gora Mansion.
Oh my God. Okay.
mashallah. She mentioned how she looks forward to your show, alhamdulillah. So give her a big shout out.
Will
And
do.
she is listening in tonight and enjoying your show. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair for her hospitality. Mashallah, tea and eats, alhamdulillah. Brother A.H. Osman, the next time you go and see your Auntie Julie Poopy, call us.
Call us. Yes.
Brother Faizal and I,
Sure.
we will be more than happy to
Mhm.
meet Auntie Julie out
In
there. And yeah,
That A.H. Osman, I think I know the brother. I
There you
think
go.
I know, because when they speak of Gora has mentioned, I think I know the brother living next to us. But
there you go.
I'm sure we will. If-
Well, Auntie Julie, salam alaikum to you, my dear. May Allah bless you and may Allah
Ameen.
keep you in good health. And thank you very much for listening to the show always.
Of course.
Lovely messages coming through there. Well, we're talking about the tuck shops, and each tuck shop was slightly different.
Mhm.
I remember St. Anthony's tuck shop. I don't remember going and buying things there on the regular. I don't think I could afford it. My mom had packed me a bit of lunch,
Mhm.
and I had something to drink in that little plastic bottle.
Yes.
I can still taste that red juice in that warm plastic bottle
Yes.
today,
I recall it. I recall it. And
So-
came in different shapes as well.
Yes, exactly.
yes.
And one of the other things, Faisal, when I got to St. Anthony School, and some of the older generation will probably know this better, I may have just got in about a year. Every morning, there would be a crates of milk
Mhm.
and a donut
Yeah.
for every student.
Yes.
Every little one have this milk, a little bottle of milk, and a donut,
Yes.
and then that fizzled away.
And then, in fact, at some of the schools, I know, like at Crescent, there used to be a meal
Oh, wow, there you
at
go.
10 o'clock or at 10
Okay.
Yes.
What did you
Uh,
guys have?
it used to be broad beans and bread.
Oh, fantastic.
Some days it used to be, I'm just trying to recall, jam and bread and cocoa
Wow.
and things like that. But there was a bit of a variety. And I
Didn't know
remember the principal used to come, or one of his representatives come with a little blackboard, like a slate kind of thing.
Yep.
How many of you are having meals today? This is the menu. And about out of a class of 40, 36 would put their hands up. And and they'll go to the next class. And then, it would just be coming to it was
How
they come-
special was that?
and used to
man?
come in those little steel bowls,
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
But it was fun, eating with everybody and things like that.
Those days we didn't have cameras and stuff to have captured that. Would have been so special to see.
Yes, it would have been. And then, of course, some of us just go and assist them in, delivering to different classes and that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So we talking about going back to school today,
Mhm.
Faizal and myself in Echoes of the Casbah. Hope you're enjoying the show out there. Come on, guys, we want to hear from you. 060-904-1056. WhatsApp us or call us on 0861-904-904. Brother Asif says he's got a call. Let's have a look. Assalamu alaikum.
Is that
Hello?
so?
I don't know. Asif, you can patch us through. So if you want to call in, assalamu alaikum. How are you? Salams, how are you?
I think we have.
I'm fine.
Please put your radio off. Otherwise, we've got an echo, please, sir.
My radio is off.
Now we're getting a huge echo there.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, I'm going back
No,
to 1937.
Ooh.
39. My first period was in graduating.
Okay, we're really lacking to hear you.
I'm given Islam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
1937.
The next, yeah. And then the next 5 years, next 4 years, I was near Islam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mia's farm.
Then when I came back, I went to Sanskrit College. And my teachers were KB Naidu
Okay.
and Cyril.
What year was that, sir? What year?
Yes. And
1937.
at the Ansaar Islam, there was Moli Bashir, the principal,
Mhm.
Yes.
and Munshi Jumba.
Yes.
And
Oh,
there was a Tamil lady teaching us English.
yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And outside the mall, outside of the Islam, there was an old man with the Kabul. He used to sell ice cream
Okay.
and
Okay.
pieces of watermelon. This
Oh.
old man used to sell ice cream.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yes.
So you really a treasure trove of memories. I think we need to sit down with you.
I spent 2 years at Casbah.
Mhm. Mhm.
I used to travel from Maryland every day to Casbah.
Okay.
By train.
Oh,
In fact, I think we
And
need.
from Maryland station to the house in Maryland, it's there 4 miles, sometimes by horseback, sometimes by walking.
okay.
I think we need
Yeah.
to invite this
That is
brother
what
to the
I'm
studio,
saying.
buddy.
Yes.
I'm going back to 1939, 40, 41.
Okay. That's a
42
long
to
time.
40, 47, 42 to 45,
Mhm.
I was at Mia Farm.
Whoa.
Okay. That
Oh,
is all I have to say.
how old are you now, sir? If you don't mind, how old are you, sir?
95.
Oh,
Alhamdulillah.
mashallah, alhamdulillah. Allah bless you and Allah keep you. And thank you very much for sharing your memories with us. We appreciate that.
I'm going right back to 1939.
Okay.
And Mother was 931.
Oh,
Mhm. Mhm.
mashallah.
Excellent.
You take care. Thank you very much for sharing.
I don't know if you remember Moli Bashir.
Mhm. Mhm. Very well. Very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
Jazakallah. Thank you.
Jazakallah
Bye.
khair. Shukran.
Bye.
In
Ooh,
fact, I
that
think we
was
should.
incredible.
Yes,
man.
we should invite the brothers to the
Exactly.
studio
Absolutely.
because of course, the line was bad.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, he could share lots of
Yeah.
memories with us.
Yeah.
Okay, message comes back from brother A.H. Osman. Yes, Faizal, you got it right. I was from next to Gora's mention. And remember last week, I reminded you about the big board where we
Yes.
shared our bunny chows, played soccer
Yeah.
and cricket in the car park area. Amr Hussain, definitely,
Yes.
definitely. Alhamdulillah.
Well, Mr. Osman, prior to me starting the show, Brother Faizal mentioned to me, he said, I think I know this brother A.H. Osman.
Yeah.
And he was spot on. So, yeah,
Spot on,
that is
spot on.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, walking to school and walking back to school, Faizal,
Mhm, mhm.
that in itself is a treasure trove of memories
Yes.
because we didn't walk in silence. we sort of chatted, and you normally walked with the same crew,
Yes.
to and from,
Yes. You met
or maybe two with one crew and then coming back.
depending which way you were going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The worst thing was if you were staying in for a detention because everybody was gone home.
Yes.
And that walk alone was like just took hours,
definitely. Yes, I remember the detention.
Do you remember that?
The teacher used to come and say, "You're not staying in for detention. You are either being detained or you're staying in." Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right. Oh, man,
Okay.
detention was something else. Well, we're going to be taking a small break for a few adverts. Maybe just get your cup of tea filled up and get your memories. We'd love to hear from you. 0861904904. That's the telephone line. And the WhatsApp 06090411056. Where did you go to school? What year was it? What is the memories that you have? Let's talk about some of the teachers now. Let's bring up those guys and those ladies that we have so much to be thankful for, Faizal. And indeed, we'll be back in a bit. You with me, Buddy Governor, and Faizal MJ Suleman. It is Echoes of the Casbah, and you with Radio Al-Ansar.
Radio Al-Ansar.
Plan your dream holiday with the specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 888 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickfield Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
You know what really gets under my skin? When my cake or icing just doesn't come out right. It's such a bummer. But I found this incredible margarine called Wooden Spoon, and it's been a total lifesaver for my baking adventures. It makes my icing turn out just perfect every time. When I whip up something with Wooden Spoon, I feel like a master baker. Seriously, my cakes have never looked better. The secret? Wooden Spoon margarine. It's like the magic ingredient for nailing those perfect bakes. And guess what? It's even endorsed by the South African Bakers Guild Association. Just another quality product from the Willowton Group.
Radio Al-Ansar.
أجلك عشنا يا أمتي تفدي الأرواح عقيدتنا قد كنا أمس عمالقة.
42 minutes after 9 o'clock. You with me, Buddy Goveder, and brother Faizal MJ Suleman. We're talking Echoes of the Casbah, back to school. Yep, indeed, lots of nice messages coming in. One's just come in and says, Salams, Faizal and Buddy, a nostalgic show. Listen, you guys. I listen to you guys every Friday, and I really enjoy it. It brings back beautiful memories of my childhood. Back in Port Shepstone, we had a very close-knit community. Maybe one day I will share our memories. Keep up the amazing show. Today is that day.
Yes,
share with us that memories. You know that one day? Well, today is that day. Come on, 060-0861 904904 0861-904-904. Call us or WhatsApp that memory 060-904-1056. Sister Aisha, you remember that day? Today is that day.
Okay.
So please do send us another message.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Thanks for the great show. What a coincidence, Faizal. I was in Crescent 1973 in Standard 1, and then Clarewood High. Wow. Then Sastry.
Okay.
Wow. At Crescent, my form teacher was Mrs. Kirat. Oh, I remember her. Perhaps we were in the same class. Well, I think you said 1973.
Crescent.
I left slightly before that.
Okay. So, yeah, but that's a good one. Thank you very much.
Of course.
So, walk into school, Faisal, I've got a little poem that we wrote here. Okay. And I'm going to read this poem out. So this is about walking to school. We walked not just to learn, but to belong. Past peeling walls and proud faces, past prayers whispered and promises made. Our feet knew the rhythm of the Casbah's heartbeat. Our satchels carried more than books. They carried hope. Every step was a paragraph in the poem of our youth.
Excellent, buddy. Excellent. The message that came was from Brother Idris Suleman. The name's familiar, and I think the year I moved out, he moved into Krishna.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. That's from Brother Idris Suleman. Faisal, were you a prefect? Come on now, it's time to open the file.
That's when the biggest disappointment came, because we made the grade from class 1 to standard 5 in Crescent.
Okay.
In fact, we was heading for head prefect, and then we moved over to Anjuman, where you're unknown entity.
Yep. So to start again.
And you got to start, and you were not chosen. And
so you were just like one of the boys.
One of the boys, and I tell you, the disappointment was something else, because you know what? At the end of standard 5, next year I'm going to be a prefect. In fact,
you waited
in the second half of the year while in standard 5, you're an acting prefect.
Yes.
Right? You're an acting prefect, or from I think the third term or the fourth term. So you're now preparing yourself. You walk around with that acting prefect badge. You make sure you shine it every day, and then suddenly you come and you're not a prefect. But then came to Cleveland High. Yes, of course, we were chosen.
Oh, fantastic. But it was something to be proud about, isn't it? Being a prefect back in the day.
And prefects had authority as well.
Yep.
The pupils or the scholars, they respected you.
Yeah. But then what were you selected on? Your ability to have that respect for your peers, to have the respect for you.
Respect for you.
That was important.
Your academic record, your attendance at school.
Yes.
Things like that.
I think that was important as well. Your punctuality, your humility, your ableness to express control over your youngsters, and it was important. So high school, you were a prefect.
Yes.
Okay.
And you, buddy?
Yeah, well, in primary school, nowhere near becoming a prefect. I didn't even have aspirations to be a prefect. I was one of those that was like, just give me the football and the hoopoo courts. I got no time to go around telling people to pick up paper and stuff like that. So all through primary school, nothing.
Okay.
Got to high school, and somehow things changed.
Yes.
And in standard 9, I was a senior prefect, which was unheard of, because the matric boys would become a senior prefect. And I was one of the boys that was given the task of being a senior prefect in standard 9.
Excellent.
And when it came to standard 10, I was the deputy head boy of Dastry College.
That was great stuff.
And the only reason I wasn't the head boy was because the guy that was the head boy, he got 149 out of 150 for maths. He lost the 1 mark for untidiness. So they gave him the thing. But when it came to the meetings and stuff, I was basically running it. He wasn't ready. But I was proud to be a head boy, a deputy head boy of St. Anthony's.
Excellent.
And your uniform, do you still have your uniform?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, Faisal.
No, I don't have my uniform.
I've got my blazers with all my badges on it.
Wow.
And the funny thing was, the last day I walked out of school, whatever is in my pocket, still in my pocket today. Yeah.
Okay.
So and then that was nice to have a blazer and stuff like that. There's a message coming in.
Yeah. It comes from.
Go
for it.
When we were that young day, remember school days, carrying a white long sweets. Look like cigarettes with red tips. They're like fake sweets, but cigarettes, but they were sweets. I remember that. Packed identical cigarette boxes. Yes, Lucky Strike. You remember that?
Yes.
But that one has like a chocolate also in it. Not forgetting about Bila for tea and cakes. When teachers gave a hiding with the ruler, you cannot go home and complain to your father or your mother. They'll give you more. That's right. The mom and dad will give you more.
Yeah.
Now it taught us to be better adults. Today, it's called abuse.
Yes.
But those days, it was discipline. Of course. I just came home from a spine operation today. Show is making me feel healed. Alhamdulillah.
Comes
From Muhammad Shafi Ismail, 60 years old. Buddy's old days follower from Newlands West. My brother, I hope that Allah grants you complete shifa
Ameen.
and cares for you as well. You take care. That was lovely. Good memories there
Yes.
in that cigarette box. I can remember that clearly.
Yeah. No, in fact, yes, I remember that as well, and some of the other sweets and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
You know, being a prefect came with that responsibility.
yes.
You had to sort of know the learners' names.
Yes.
You have to know the teachers' styles. Certain teachers don't like this, so you sort of knew what they wanted.
Mhm.
So you sort of moved in that sort of realm. You also had to be kind.
Yes.
You had to also have a certain amount of authority,
Mhm.
and I think
And some empathy and compassion
yes,
as well.
the prefects that were disliked was the ones that had no empathy.
Yes.
They were rude, they were abrasive,
They abuse
they
their
were
position.
bullish.
Yes. They
Exactly.
abuse their position.
Yeah. And yet there were so many that embodied the real sense of what a prefect actually is about.
Mhm.
And all schools had prefects,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
all schools probably chose prefects on the same premise of
Yes.
who they are and what they did. But one of the very important things about being in school, Faizal, was something that was not related to school.
Tell me.
Victoria Street Library.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Hey?
Oh yes.
Not
oh, yes.
related,
To
yet indelibly tied to school.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because
You had to go there. You had to borrow books.
there was no Google.
No.
You
And
know,
you
you
had
had
your
you
encyclopedia.
had your encyclopedia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything was like manual.
Yeah.
Manual, physical, and we didn't have access that time to photocopying machines and
Yeah,
like we have,
that's right.
like we have it now.
Yeah. I had the
And if you had-
encyclopedia open, but
Okay.
inside I had a Tintin book.
No, that's what used to happen in school.
Absolutely.
You
But
have your
the Victoria Street Library was so important.
Yeah.
It was our first time we actually encountered the encyclopedia.
Mhm.
And I want to drop a word that you have not heard since then. The Atlas.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh
Hey,
yes. The
All
atlas.
those maps
Yes.
that showed you,
The different
and-
parts of the world.
absolutely. And geography assignments,
Mhm.
AI Kaji,
Yes.
the
okay.
travel agency.
Yes,
You
yes,
went in there and just helped yourself to those books.
to those books. Yes.
Cut out all the elephants and whatever and stuck them for your project.
Yes.
It was too good those
Mhm.
days. But yeah, the library was something that gave us access to encyclopedias, atlases, and a whole lot of
Reference
other
books.
things, reference books.
And of course, some of us, wanted to get some mail.
Yep.
So what happens? You don't return your book on time.
Nope.
So next week something's coming
You're
home to
fine.
say that this was 5 cents fine, but at least know that you need to.
But even that, Faizal, 5 cents, we was like scared.
terrified.
Like, oh my, I
I got to ask my dad
that
for
was
it.
a responsibility
Mhm,
to make sure the book came back on time.
Yes.
Oh, those are such, and if
Yeah.
you look at the libraries,
Mhm.
Faizal, one of the library we spoke about previously was Gandhi Library in
Yes,
Queen Street.
Queen Street. Yes.
Now, Gandhi Library was unlike Victoria Street
Mm-hmm.
Library, where Victoria Street Library catered predominantly for school children.
School children. This was more
Gandhi-
for university students
Exactly.
and also for those academics because they had newspapers from all over the world.
Oh, yes. Hey, look, remember
Yeah.
that?
Yes.
That was incredible.
Mhm.
So who knows?
And
We're sitting amongst future lawyers,
Yes.
teachers,
Politicians.
politicians.
They had debating societies and everything
Oh,
there
yes.
at the library. Message comes from Sister Rashida. Salams, my brother. You remember Ahmadiyya school in Mayville? I should go to
Yes.
that school.
Yes,
Very well.
yes.
Very well.
We went there a few years ago for outreach for Ansaar. We gave blankets during the
Yes,
winter.
Yes.
And it was the first time I went into that school. Faisal,
Okay.
it was walking back in time.
It definitely was.
It was walking.
Yeah.
Such a magnificent building.
Mhm. I
Sadly
think that was the
today,
birth of the current Al Falah.
yes.
Yeah, I
Sadly today,
Yeah.
oh man, just totally surrounded by,
Yes.
and we didn't also only go to the library for books,
But
Faisal.
definitely not. You're a bit of a naughty guy too. So, but I'm not going to mention it. Okay. And I'm sure your wife's
You,
listening.
you heard what Faisal said. Two. So he gave it away there. I didn't say anything. Faisal said you were a bit of a naughty guy too, which meant
Which meant there were lots of other students who had similar.
but it was a place to meet as
Yes,
well.
definitely. You
You
met all
know-
your friends from different schools.
We
Yeah.
didn't have places like they have today, kids to meet. We didn't
No.
have Instagram. We didn't
No
have
WhatsApp
phones where you
groups,
can
nothing,
virtually meet.
Nothing.
You had to do this face to
Personally.
face.
Mhm.
And library was one of those safe spaces.
Yes. Yes.
I love the library. I could spend my entire holidays in two places: the library or the museum.
Oh, you love the
I
museum.
love the
I
museum.
think the museum was there by the city hall. Kind of
Yes,
thing.
that's right. I used to look at that elephant and a crocodile every day. Now, Faizal, rivalries.
Whoa.
Okay. So, Sastry College and Anjuman.
Mhm.
Okay, let me put it to you this differently. Good Hope Center and Anjuman had a football game.
Okay.
So it was all the Good Hope Center boys, and we would play all the Anjuman boys. And if my brother Dawood Amra is listening, Dagi Amra as we call him,
Yes.
he was the star player of Anjuman School.
Yes, I remember.
And then we had a Anjuman boy at Good Hope Center, Selvin Govender Shorty,
Oh yes.
who was
I
a
remember.
fantastic footballer as
He
well.
became a professional footballer
Yes,
as
he
well.
did.
I think
Absolutely.
He played for, okay.
He played for many for Suburbs United.
Suburbs, yeah.
That's right, yeah. But Dawud Amra was an outstanding footballer. In fact, Anjuman had some really
Very
good footballers.
undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
So there was that rivalry between them.
In
Then
fact, there was a rivalry between Anjuman and Crescent as well.
oh, okay, all right.
Yep.
In what term, like?
No, in different sports.
Oh,
and
different
things. Yeah,
sports.
in different, yeah.
Okay. There was a rivalry that went far beyond the sports field.
Okay.
Gandhi Desai and Orient.
Oh yes.
We've heard stories of. We won't go into it,
Let's
but absolutely the rivalries were there. But cricket on Pine Street, did you ever play cricket there? Where was the playground in
No.
Crescent?
We had a small ground there, and we should do everything in that little ground.
In the back,
In the back.
a courtyard.
A courtyard, but a small courtyard
Okay.
with two trees where they had this Madoni's
Yeah.
And we used to play there, and while we playing, we let's move those things so they don't make your shirts purple.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm
But-
sure that courtyard is still there.
yes, it is. I'm sure
Because the
it is.
entire school is still
I
there.
haven't been there for a while, but
Sure.
yeah. And then, of course, it was a very special day when you went to the Springfield grounds to go and play.
Play a game.
You can play a game of soccer. That was like something
Oh, yeah,
else.
Absolutely.
You know, the buses came and everybody went.
Talking about that, athletics at Curry's Fountain Sports Day,
Yes,
wasn't that special?
that was great. You know what happens? You're all part of you had your houses. Then they made those little rosettes and
Yeah,
things
that's
like that.
right.
And you made sure
Carry
you
the banner.
carry the banner, and you marched.
And you screamed out
Yes, yes.
the song for your house.
Song for your house. And sometimes you marched, sometimes you went by bus.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
the mascot?
Yes. But you were a mascot many a time.
No, I wasn't a
You
mascot.
wasn't?
I was
Okay.
one of the athletes.
Oh, one of the athletes.
But
okay.
first not. I must tell you, Faizal,
Yeah.
I came last once. And I must be honest with this one. I came last. I was coming last. And I decided the only way I can save face here
Turn around,
is if
go
I
back.
act like I fell.
Okay.
So I didn't come last.
Yeah.
I actually fell.
Oh, you
That's
fell.
why I
Okay.
came last.
Okay.
But after that, I thought to myself, oh man, that was not a nice thing to do.
Yes, of course. You went
And
around the course again.
Exactly. Yes. Things were a little bit better back
Yeah.
then.
And then you looked forward to the little donut and the little
Oh.
small letter. I think it was.
Yeah, but you know what's more in my mind
Yeah.
is that white powder
Yeah.
that you would get in your
They
hand,
call it glucose.
glucose, and you would eat that as
Yeah.
if that's going to make you run faster.
Faster,
You would eat
yes.
it just before you go and run.
Yes.
And you go, oh, that
Yes,
was-
yes.
and the orange.
Orange was a must.
Did you ever have a sweet orange at a sports day? I've never had
No,
one.
never.
They were always bitter. They were always like sour. But man, we had such good times, isn't it?
But you look forward to all of that.
Absolutely.
And you know what? You took it so seriously that your competition with other houses, you're actually discussing it and mocking each
Oh,
other
yes.
and
And for
singing
weeks
it.
thereafter.
Yes.
For weeks thereafter,
Yeah.
it was something huge.
Yeah.
Did you ever come late for school?
Oh yes, many a times.
You were living out of town at one time.
Yes, I was always I was in fact I was living.
So you would come with your dad?
Yes, with my dad.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then obviously you're subjected to his time.
To his time, and the other siblings that are traveling with you as well, their times as well, and inevitably you're giving somebody from the building a lift as well.
Absolutely.
So you're bound to lots of time. Yeah.
But now one last question,
Yes,
Faizal.
yes.
Were you ever detained?
Oh yes. Yes,
For what?
many-
We
yeah.
don't know for what. We're more interested to know what was it for?
Well, not doing your homework, coming in late, sometimes being a little naughty in class. Yeah. So that's also happened. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I like a picture that Sister Sister
Yes.
Rashida has sent.
Yeah, this is how we blocked back in the took the
She got
phone off the hook.
Take the phone off the hook. This is how we block people in my day.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was good. I saw something similar to that. It said, I wonder what that part of my brain is doing now. The part that used to remember everybody's phone number.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
You would ask your mum
Whatever it
and
is,
she
yeah.
just knew the number.
Exactly.
And you would know a number. So
Yeah.
the question is, What's that part of your brain doing now that it doesn't have that job?
Yes, I know it's an excellent question. It's an excellent question that you asked.
indeed.
Because now, I mean, sometimes you ask for like your son's number or your wife's number.
Oh,
those
yes.
but you don't know the number because you're so used to speed dial.
Faisal, sometimes you may not even know your number.
Well, I every time I don't know my number, I tell the guys I don't phone myself.
Absolutely. There's a message here from Sister Aisha.
Go for it.
She says the teachers in Orient were very helpful and
Yes.
kind, like the late Mrs. Pillay, very motherly, and also Miss Hansa, my sister's teacher, was a good teacher as well. My brother's maths teacher, Mr. Yusuf Randri. My brother used to play soccer after school, coached by Yusuf Randri himself. All the teachers were very good in Orient School. You can communicate to them. Very good memories of schools, and I miss those days. Absolutely, absolutely. And that comes from, that's right,
Aisha, Sister Aisha.
that's Sister Aisha. But there you go. There's a message. It comes from Sister Rashida, the phone one, and that's
Okay.
Dawud Amra's sister.
Okay, Dougie
So,
sister.
yep.
Excellent.
So you can tell Dougie what I said about him today.
Ask him to call in the next time and share some thoughts with
Yeah,
us.
still very fond of him.
Yes, yes, yes.
Faisal, we almost reaching time up.
Mhm.
I've got a poem again.
Go
I
for
love
it.
these ones. This
I
is
like your
for
poetry.
the teachers.
Go for it.
Okay. They stayed after the bell rang, after the chalk broke, after the last desk was cleaned. They stayed to remind us that learning wasn't a lesson, it was a lifeline. Their voices were firm but kind, like the Casbah wind that carried both dust and dreams. They taught us how to spell resilience, how to punctuate hope, how to write our names into history. To the teachers who stood tall in crowded classrooms with leaking roofs and leaking hearts, you were the light. When the syllabus was dark, you were the reason we believed that we could rise. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Excellent.
That's
buddy.
to
I
our
think
teachers out there.
That's well articulated and of course well prepared as well.
Excellent. Faisal,
yes.
we come to the end. As the final bell goes through the alleys and streets of the Casbah, remember that schooling wasn't just about books and blackboards. It was about resilience, hope.
And it made a lot of people who they are today.
Absolutely. We walked down with satchels, jerseys, blazers. Sometimes it was stitched by that auntie.
Yes.
Put together. We were proud to wear it. Even it had a little
definitely.
patch on it.
Yes, it didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Yeah, but we enjoyed it. It was
Absolutely.
good, and we were respected as well.
Absolutely.
And we respected each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Faisal, thank you for sharing your memories with us as well. That is so heartwarming.
Thank you
as
for
well.
the production.
so
really appreciate it.
heartwarming.
And we must thank Asif too for his assistance
Absolutely.
to us.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And as we close today's show, we salute and thank our unsung heroes, the teachers, the students that were with us
And
at
the
school, the principals, the caretakers,
Oh yes.
the people that cleaned the school when we were gone. And we came back the next day and the school was spick and span, ready
Yes.
to go for another day. May their souls all rest in peace if they're no longer with us. And of course, indeed. Faisal, until next time, let's keep these stories alive. Let's keep the questions burning. Remember, Faisal, we are the Casbah.
Definitely. From myself, Faizal MJ Suleman and Buddy Govender.
Govender, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Stay blessed.
Buddy, this was the top show.
Can you ever deny which of his favors? Can you ever deny for all his favors? Say Alhamdulillah for all his favors. Say Alhamdulillah. Favors upon you. His favors so beautiful. His favors pull you through.